If Elon Musk died tomorrow, the United States government would face an immediate national security crisis. The Pentagon would lose its primary launch pad, intelligence agencies would lose their orbital eye in the sky, and NASA would have no way to reach the moon. This is the cold, calculated reality of global power today. We are conditioned to believe a beautiful myth that a lone, visionary genius is single-handedly pulling humanity into a sci-fi future. But if you follow the money and look at the geography of low Earth orbit, a vastly different picture emerges. The unprecedented boom of SpaceX is not an organic, capitalistic success story. It is a deliberate, manufactured consolidation of power designed by deep state actors to secure absolute control over the ultimate geopolitical chokepoint, the master fabric of global information and space logistics. To understand how the game is rigged, look at the blockbuster prospectus leaked from SpaceX's historic public IPO. Wall Street is valuing the company at a staggering $1.75 trillion. The media claims this value is based on the glorious future of Mars colonization. That is the myth. The financial data exposes the reality. The core rocket business actually lost $657 million last year. Worse, the newly integrated artificial intelligence division posted a catastrophic deficit of over $6 billion. By any normal market metric, a company burning cash like an industrial furnace would face a collapsing valuation. Instead, its value doubled. Why? Because SpaceX has systematically built a vertical monopoly on global connectivity. Its satellite internet unit, Starlink, pulled in $11.4 billion last year, with a massive 63% profit margin. Starlink isn't an internet provider for rural homes. It is a proprietary orbital net, weaponized for economic and military leverage. Big tech is already paying tribute. The IPO filing reveals that AI titan Anthropic is paying SpaceX $1.25 billion every single month just to secure access to its computing infrastructure. Elon Musk did not build this empire alone. He was chosen. 2 decades ago, Washington realized that its own bureaucratic institutions were too slow to win the next global Cold War. To maintain dominance over the world's logistical chokepoints, they outsourced the empire's space defense infrastructure to a private monopoly. The Pentagon actively built SpaceX, funneling billions into classified contracts under projects like Starshield, a militarized version of Starlink designed for real-time intelligence and battlefield dominance. By using a private figurehead, the state sidesteps public accountability and moves at supersonic speed. Elon Musk is being made the wealthiest man in human history because his infrastructure serves as the primary technological backbone for Western geopolitical dominance. This massive consolidation is happening right now for one urgent reason: the quiet, brutal war for the ultimate high ground. Low Earth orbit is a finite physical landscape with limited orbital planes and radio frequencies. It is a game of geographical first come, first served. Whoever populates orbit first permanently controls the flow of global data. And Washington is terrified because China is moving at an unbelievable pace. Beijing viewed the deployment of Starlink in recent regional conflicts as a direct threat to its national sovereignty. In response, the Chinese state has launched a massive orbital offensive. From the Hainan commercial spacecraft launch site, China is aggressively deploying its own sovereign mega-constellations, the Qianfan and the GW network. Their explicit target is to put over 15,000 state-controlled satellites into orbit to claim these physical choke points. This is the true nature of the SpaceX boom. It is not about exploration or human curiosity. It is a coordinated, multi-trillion-dollar race between superpowers to see who will dominate the next century. Look closely at the hidden details of the filing, specifically the Terafab project, a massive initiative designed to produce an unprecedented scale of raw computing hardware annually. The elite are not trying to escape Earth. They are building a closed-loop, inescapable vertical monopoly over the future of human civilization. They are securing the rockets that leave the planet, the satellites that transmit the world's data, and the artificial intelligence that processes it. We are watching the architecture of absolute global control being deployed in real time right above our heads.